Hi, welcome back. Today, going to make one of my favorite food. Basically, it's Konkani coastline kind of cuisine. It's called Malwani Fish Fry. Uh, for this, we require any kind of seafood or sea fish, like prawns, or you can make it with surmai, kingfish, any of the dishes. Today, we're using Bangda, and for this, basically, we need to clean out the fish and the insides, cut out from the stomach and wash well, and make gashes on both the sides, 2 to 3 gashes, deep gashes, so that you can marinate with. For the marination, we'll require salt, fresh ginger garlic paste, and turmeric powder, normal red chili powder, or Kashmiri mirch to give the color. Chirfal, these are very much used in coastal cuisines. Two kinds of chilies I've used, Kashmiri as well as normal bedki chilies, and soaked in hot water and made into fresh paste. Then a little garam masala and chopped up kokum. Kokum is basically a fruit which gives a sourness and seasoning to the dish. And we also need semolina or rawa, whichever. Rawa is slightly larger granules than semolina, and which is suji, and this is rice flour. So now we begin with mashing the chirfal basically, and sort of crushing it. Don't powder it, and add it to the kokum, which has been soaked in hot water, as you can see. And now to that we add salt, but don't add too much salt because kokum has got a taste of sour and salty, predominant and strong. So we apply this on the fish, the kokum and chirfal kind of juice, little pulp, little juice, the insides of the fish well, and well into the gashes. This basically is substitutes lemon juice and salt, which we use in normal marination of tandoori chicken or any other Indian cuisine. And this is basically the first stage of marination, and we do that for all the fish and keep this aside for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then we move on to the next marination. Keep the kokum reserved and add some hot water to make more extract. We'll require that later for the marination. Here we add the fresh chili paste which we made, combining the two chilies. The Kashmiri chilies give the color, and the bedki chilies give the spiciness to it, the hotness. To that we add a little salt. Again, we want to be a little careful because we have already marinated the fish once, so the salt needs to be less, and we can always add salt more once you get the taste. Then we add turmeric powder, which balances the color of the chili, as well as seafood, controls the smell of seafood or odor of seafood, if you don't like much, and turmeric controls that, as well as ginger garlic paste. To this we add a little garam masala, which is basically a powder of all the royal spices like cloves, cinnamon, cardamom, bay leaf, peppercorn, things like that. And this is basically dried coconut, which we call copra. So we grate it very fine, like a powder. Just grate that. That gives a predominant, very unique flavor of Konkani cuisine, which is the coastal cuisine. Places like Goa and surrounding areas. We add that to the marinade and mix well. Now this paste that we have made, to this finally we will add the chirfal and kokum extract. Now we add the ginger garlic paste. Mix that well, make a smooth paste out of this. And finally, when it gets a little sort of tight and difficult to spread, that's the time we thin it out with a little kokum and chirfal soaked, crushed chirfal basically. So that gives that little bit of pungency, kind of numbness to the mouth flavor. So you don't want to powder it, or you don't want to add too much. Just the juice, just sort of mix that in, so that will give you a consistency which you can apply easily onto the fish. Now we can also marinate the fish with this and fry it directly, which on a tawa with less oil. That is called tawa fry. Malwani tawa fry fish can be made similar way without coating the with semolina and rice flour. But here we're going to show you Malwani fried fish with rawa and this. So both the variation you can use. Stuff the marination in well into the gashes, deep into the gashes, so it marinates well. Also onto the stomach of the fish, the opening which we made from the head and the stomach. Add that well liberally, and once the gashes are full, you can just apply a little more on both the sides to sort of coat the fish, so that when we fry you get the taste of masala as well as the inside of the fish along with the fish. That's what gives the taste basically to this dish. And now we take rice flour. You can take aromatic rice flour or normal rice flour and mix with it rawa, and just mix that well. To this we're going to add a little salt if required. If the marination requires a little more salt, this is just a bit of salt just to give the coating the seasoning. And then we add Kashmiri chili powder, or you can add normal chili powder as well to give the color when you're frying it to the top, as well as the flavoring to the coated batter. Mix that well in, and we're going to coat the fish with this before we fry. So mix it in well. The seasoning is distributed well, as well as the chili powder. And now we're going to take each of the fish that we marinated and press very gently with your hands on both the sides, and ensure that the batter does not come off much. Here's the marinated fish. This we have kept away for about half an hour or so. Steep and marinate well. Fish with the sourness as well as with the second marinade really gets a very good flavoring right to the bone, the center bone. So very well seasoned if you keep it for about half an hour. Now we're going to pat it well so that this rice flour and rawa coats evenly onto the outer surface of the fish. We do this for all the fish. Now this kind of batter coating which we are giving does not require binding like an egg, because the rice flour is quite sticky, and that's what keeps the coating well adhered to the fish, well stuck to the fish, doesn't come out easily when you fry it in oil. That's the uniqueness of rawa fried fish and Konkan cuisine. It's a very, very popular dish all over. People like to have it as snacks along with drinks, along with chilled beer on a hot day, and very popular in Goa. You can do this, make this dish with, as I said, with any other fish as well as seafood. It's very popular to make it with clams and medium-sized prawns or large prawns, made the similar way. Same marination, same coating of rawa and rice flour. Now, very important, once you've marinated and coated the fish, keep that aside. Heat up a thick bottom pan, and it can be non-stick or anodized. I'm using an anodized one here. Now I showed you how to basically put the gas flame to ensure that it is high heat and the pan is heated well, very important, before you add the oil. So I checked while the pan is quite hot with the light palm touch of my hand, and then I added the oil. So it can be fish oil, any oil will do. I usually keep oil tin which I cook fish in for previous frying, and the same oil I use for curry to give the flavoring to the curry. Lower the fish once the oil is hot, medium flame, and you lower it, because if you don't heat the pan previously, the fish and the batter will stick and break up. So that's what we don't want. Fry one side well without disturbing it, and then slowly turn the other side once the one side is more or less cooked. You will find that once heating the pan, there is no sticking of the fish, as you can see. You can easily turn, and the batter has stuck very well to the fish, and it's not coming off or flaking off from the fish. That's what we don't want. Fry both the sides well until it's about golden brown in color, and about say 10 minutes, because 8 to 10 minutes will render the fish well cooked from inside, as well as the batter. The coating will not turn dark or brown. We just want a golden color and a crisp coating. Once this is done, we remove this into some paper towel to soak out the excess oil. Of course, when we remove it, we shake off the excess oil as well, so that too much oiliness doesn't come. We remove this hot and turn it on the paper towel quite quickly so that the oil is soaked by the towel on both sides while we fry the next lot. You can see bits and pieces of rawa or semolina falls into the oil, so you don't want to fry too many batches in the same oil when you'll be getting black color onto the fish, because the semolina or the suji will start burning. So if that happens, you can strain the oil and then reuse that the similar way we started off into the pan. There we have the Malwani fish fry removed into the paper towel, and just about draining on both sides. Looks beautiful, tastes awesome. It's one of my favorite dishes. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and click on like, share to your close friends and family, and comment if you have suggestions for improvement.